Hi, my name is Alex Longo, and I'm just gonna kind of be reflecting on the project one and everything I learned and experienced through making it, especially with it being a video and a website instead of the normal paper, which I really liked. Um, so I chose to do my instructions on how to make a pizza with Dion's Pizza Kit because that's something I felt I was very well versed in. I trained this subject at my job for almost 2 years, so I knew the ins and outs and learned the best methods on how to train effectively. Um, Applying this to an instructional video, I thought it wouldn't differ too much from training it in person, but that was something like I learned wasn't necessarily true. I learned not something new about how to make a pizza kit, but kind of more where I needed to focus on when I was training in different areas that were harder to understand, which were pointed out to me in some of the peer reviews. Um, Having done these steps for so long, it seemed like a breeze for me and like I could just go through it very quickly. But taking or putting myself in the perspective of somebody who wouldn't know anything about it, I can see where certain steps would be harder and people would struggle more with. Um, so the purpose of my video was to kind of educate families on the proper way to make a pizza kit when they would buy them from the stores. The video would create a family bonding experience where they can all experiment with the dough and their own pizzas. I think my video achieved its purpose by adhering to the genre's
Hi
expectations.
everybody. Today
Um, my audience needs were kind of met, I believe, and just making the video more engaging and the steps in depth really helped kind of make the project and the video itself very sufficient. Yeah. So I decided that my audience was going to be a family looking to make a pizza kit at home. Because the video is geared towards people of all ages, it was important not only to cater to the adults, with more textual narration pieces and things that they can understand and work with, but also visuals for younger audiences as well to keep them engaged. So it also influenced me to kind of add in background music and make the video more. Um, you can watch the video while also listening to it, and it could work either way. In my feedback, um, some of the things that my peers said kind of helped me realize the few little things that I needed to fix. A lot of them pointed out the lighting in my video. It was mentioned that it kind of made what I was doing to the dough a little hard to see, so I refilmed some of those parts. Um, it was also mentioned that in my second step, which was wringing out the dough, it was a little unclear, and one of my peers, Emma, couldn't completely understand what that step meant, so that caused me to go back and refilm more parts. She suggested going in slow mo and just closer up, which I did both, to just kind of focus a little more on that step because it is one of the harder ones. So I understood that. Um, and I hoped that that kind of helped her, or just my viewers in general, really. Um, some steps are obviously dependent on practice, which wouldn't be very clear in my videos. I'm well trained in each step. So I definitely probably should have added to, or should have added at least, a kind of disclaimer saying, hey, I've done this for a few years now, so I can make it look easy, but it's definitely not. Um, the point should have just kind of been made to not discourage anybody if it doesn't look the way mine would look. Um, I also just learned a few different things on my own as a result from making the pizzas for so long, like me throwing it up in the air, or the way I press out is customized to how my hand works, but it won't be necessarily the same for everybody else. So I probably could have added that in too. Um, just developing like habits and tricks over time are kind of a key thing when it comes to making pizzas, at least how we do at Dion's. So overall, I felt like I did pretty well on the video. I really liked it actually. Um, Adding in all this stuff, the materials, and even like going in depth with the steps was kind of very like interesting for me in a sense. Um, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you.